Hi, this is Joe from Beach Running Club, and here's a few tips on what to do when you've lost your mojo. So it happens to all of us. At some point during your training, you lose enthusiasm for going for a run. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to go and do that morning run. You lose the rhythm of your training and the consistency. And it's a very common thing. I think it happens to beginner runners, intermediate runners, elite runners, and it's not something that's isolated to one group of runners in particular. It's something that happens, unfortunately, a few times during your training, if not every year. So here's a few tips on what to do when you've lost your mojo. The first tip is lose your GPS device. If you've got a Garmin, Strava, Fitbit, Polar, whatever it is, throw it on the counter, get out for a run. Don't measure what you're doing. Make it a little secret between you and yourself. Don't make it a competition. Don't worry about your splits or how far you've run. Don't go for any PBs. Just get out there and go for a run. And remember that running is sometimes just about going for a run without measuring it. Second thing to do, second tip, run with a friend or run in a group. This is a great way to have a chat, socialize, have a catch up with people. It's a great option to a cup of tea or going out for a meal. You can go for a run instead and have a catch up. It's a great way to distract you from what you're doing, keep you moving, and give an excuse to get out there and get that run done. If you've got a running buddy, that's a great way to keep that motivation and to help each other out. One day your running buddy might be feeling full of enthusiasm for going for a run. Another day they might not be feeling it quite so much. And if you're swapping those roles and you're both feeling up and down at different times, then having a running buddy is really helpful and a great way to keep that consistency and to get that mojo back. Third thing to do when you've lost your mojo is cross-train. Go and play tennis, go and do some boxing, go and do some yoga, go for a swim. Get out in the sunshine, do some kind of activity. This is really going to help you get back into the swing of things and get back into running. If you're in a running club that has lots of different activities, try and use them. Try and get out there and do, as in our club we have circuit training, boxing, yoga, swimming, sand running, trail running. Get out there and try some different sessions that you don't usually do. This is going to remind you of that love of sport and love of running that you had when you first started and give you a little bit of variety to get you back into the swing of things as well. And the fourth tip for when you've lost your mojo is practice gratitude. So remind yourself that running is a pleasure. Running is something that is an addition to your life. It's not something that's a chore. Just being able to run along the beach and watch the sunrise and to check out the ocean, check out the dogs, see the other people running, look at the swimmers, look at the people doing some weights and bodyweight exercise on the beach. This really helps to remind you that getting out there and seeing those beautiful sunrises is really something you should be grateful for and something you should feel is an addition to your life and to your running. Some people call this the get to, got to rule. So rather than thinking I've got to go for a run, you should be thinking I get to go for a run. So this is something that I'm lucky to be fit enough and able-bodied enough to be able to go out and do. So just remember to practice gratitude, be grateful you can run, grateful for your fitness, grateful for that ability. Get out there and happy running. Cheers. Bye.